Committee on Natural Resources will come to order. Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recess of the committee at any time. The committee is meeting today to hear testimony on unleashing America's energy and mineral potential. Under Committee Rule 4F, any oral opening statements at hearings are limited to the chairman and the ranking minority member. I therefore ask unanimous consent that all other members' opening statements may be made part of the hearing record if they are submitted in accordance with Committee Rule 3.0. Without objection, so ordered. Good morning, and it's great to see everyone here for the first formal hearing of our committee as we kick off the 118th Congress. House Republicans made a lot of promises last year, and now the American people have given us a majority, and we are ready to deliver on those promises. As we put together our legislative agenda for this Congress and heard from our constituents, it was clear that energy independence, energy security, and lowering consumer cost was a top priority for our country, and therefore it's a top priority of this committee. Energy and minerals affect every part of our daily lives. Just look around this room, and we flipped on a switch to turn the lights on. We're enjoying temperature-controlled environment, and we're receiving text messages and emails on our cell phones. From the visible to the invisible, energy and minerals are woven into the fabric of our very existence. And given this dependency, you would think that the administration, regardless of party affiliation, would be finding every possible avenue to unlock America's potential to produce these necessities of life that we've all come to depend on so much. Instead, we've seen an attack on the production of American oil and gas, on American mining, which translates into an attack on the economy of America. And it also doesn't help the environment out one tidbit when we're importing these products from countries that do not have near the environmental standards, near the human rights standards, or can produce these materials as efficiently and as effectively as we can here at home. We are exporting wealth from the United States to many times to our adversaries because of a not in my backyard mentality. Well, we hope to change that mentality and give a message to the American people that we're blessed with resources here in the U.S., that we can develop these resources, that we're committed to research and to development to make these resources the cleanest, safest, most effective use of resources in the world, and promote more human rights and more dignity through the use of resources, provide people with the necessities of life, the opportunity to improve their lives and to enjoy the benefits that the energy development in this country has given not only to America, but to the rest of the world. There may be a narrative out there that, and I know from some of the organizational meetings we've had, that Republicans only care about the bottom line, that we don't care about the environment. I would say that's contrary to the truth. Republicans care about the environment and the economy. And we know that if we produce more of these products here at home, we benefit both. We benefit both greatly. And we hope to be able to talk about facts. We want to look at what the real science is. I've said many times that the problem with the Democrats, and especially this administration's policy, it's two things. It's physics and math. They seem to ignore the science, and they ignore the math and try to create this idea of a utopia that right now is centered around electric vehicles. I have no problem with electric vehicles, but they're not going to solve the world's problems. They're not going to solve any kind of climate crisis, and they're certainly not going to make America more energy independent and energy secure. There's a chart behind me. You have a copy of it at your desk, and I hope you will take this chart and study it. This is global demand for energy, global use of energy, actually, over time by energy source. And if you study that chart, you will notice that the world was mainly using biomass in 1800, but you had the Industrial Revolution in the mid-1800s, and you see coal come onto the scene, and the global usage of energy doubled from 1800 to 1900. And if you follow that chart and you see the increased industrialization of the world, the global consumption of energy doubled again by the 1940s. Then it doubled again in the 1960s, it doubled again in the 1980s, and it doubled again just a couple of years ago. And the statisticians are projecting that it'll be 50% more by 2035. The world has an insatiable appetite for energy. And I hope you will look closely at that chart. And I wish President Biden had looked at this chart before he made the comment last night that we need fossil fuels for 10 more years. Fossil fuels on the global energy scene make up over 80%, closer to 85% of the world's energy production. And that's not going away. And while we're hyper-focused on electric vehicles, that if you could change every electric vehicle in America, or every passenger car and light-duty truck to an electric vehicle overnight, you would reduce carbon emissions globally by less than 1%. While we're focused on that, China's building coal-fired plants every week. It's imperative that we look at the resources we're blessed with, that we develop those with the best technology and innovation possible, and that we do what's best for the American people and for the world. I'm going to not close, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to recognize the ranking member for an opening statement.